may be thinking, raw eggs? What? What about salmonella poisoning? Eggs have also gotten a bad and untrue reputation of raising cholesterol levels, whereas uncooked eggs have to deal with the unjustified salmonella reputation. I will clarify those two myths, but first let me explain the connection between eggs and glutathione. Uncooked egg whites are the only two sources that contain beta-lactoglobulin and serum albumin. Beta-lactoglobulin and serum albumin are proteins that contain a unique bond of two glutathione precursors, glutamyl, a form of glutamic acid, and cysteine. This unique bond is called glutamyl cysteine. So, glutamyl cysteine is two of the three glutathione precursors put together. In other words, glutathione cysteine is 2/3 of the glutathione molecule. The other 1/3 is glycine, which is easily made in the body and abundantly found in the foods we eat. There are only two kinds of proteins available in our food that have beta-lactoglobulin and serum albumin. They are undenatured, intact, whole, unheated whey proteins and raw egg white proteins. The egg white has to be raw and not scrambled or mixed like in a shake, because when you heat or cook or mix, the very delicate proteins beta-lactoglobulin and serum albumin will be destroyed. So in other words, you take an egg and you crack it open in a glass and you drink up. What about high cholesterol? Actually, raw eggs have a good cholesterol. This is why eggs are considered food for the brain. Did you know up to 20% of our brains are composed of cholesterol? It is partly because of the cholesterol in meat and eggs that humans are an intelligent species. Also, vitamin D and sex hormones are also constructed of cholesterol. Believe it or not, too low cholesterol contributes to low sex drives. Can you think of vegans and how vegan women lose their periods, and for many months if not years?
So I want to know if anyone has lost their period on a vegan diet. I don't know if it's just me.
Okay ladies, now don't freak out when I tell you this, but I lost my period for about 4 years.
And I lost my period for about 1.5 years following a raw vegan diet.
And as soon as I came onto the lifestyle, like within the first month, I lost my period. It was gone. And I still believe that largely menstruation is toxicity leaving the body.
And men have no sexual desire? Yeah, I can think of many of those examples.
I'm talking about my libido killing experiment. So I've been eating a vegan diet for more than 13 years now. And what I find is that, one, my libido tends to disappear when I eat a low-fat diet.
Lack of sex drive. No sex drive, no interest in girls.
Classic, yeah.
And I decided one day, my dad put a lot of pressure on me to eat some wild salmon.
Yep.
And I ate some wild salmon that night, and the next morning I woke up with morning wood for the first time in a long time.
Exactly.
The vegan diet is notorious to mess up your hormones.
Furthermore, 2/3 of cholesterol in the body is produced by the liver. The amount of cholesterol consumed in a diet does not relate to the amount of cholesterol deposited in our arteries. Studies have already shown how the cholesterol in eggs does not raise the cholesterol level in our body. Finally, eggs contain lecithin. Lecithin metabolizes fat and dramatically inhibits the absorption of cholesterol. What about salmonella poisoning? Salmonella poisoning is not the scary thing that has been made out to be for 3 very specific reasons. 1. Although salmonella poisoning is a serious infection, it poses little risk to healthy people. In healthy individuals, salmonella poisoning is actually self-limiting, meaning it has a set cause and it dies off in a matter of hours without any intervention needed. You may get diarrhea and feel nauseous, but it will pass quickly. You can speed up the healing by taking a probiotic, which is a beneficial bacteria supplement, every half hour, or even eating fermented foods, which are packed with beneficial bacteria. 2. Thankfully, the chances of you even getting salmonella in the first place are very low. How low? A study done in 2002 revealed that only 1 egg out of 30,000 eggs is contaminated with salmonella. The study done by the US Department of Agriculture revealed that out of the 69 billion eggs produced annually, only 2.3 million had salmonella. 1 egg out of 30,000. And finally, 3. If you want to reduce the chances of getting an infected egg to practically zero, purchase only cage-free, organically fed, high-quality eggs from healthy chickens who are allowed to roam outside in the sunlight. Chickens love the sun and eat bugs and worms. Healthy chickens do not lay sick eggs. Only sick chickens lay salmonella-infected eggs. Where do you get high-quality eggs from chickens who are truly free-range, cage-free, organically fed and high in omega-3s? At your local supermarket, cage-free, free-range and organic eggs are usually a special price tag. You gotta pay a little bit higher, but you'll get the quality stuff. The profit margin for these eggs is high, yet USDA standards for cage-free can mean not in a cage, yet still stuck in a closed environment with artificial lighting, surrounded by many other chickens and no room to move. Free-range can mean allowed to go outside for at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Chickens need lots of sunlight and are healthier for it, and so are their eggs. Better solution are to try your local farmer's market. There you can usually meet the actual farmers and ask questions about their methods, what they feed the chickens and so on. You can even visit a chicken farm and see for yourself how they raise their chickens and what they are fed. Get in the habit of looking at the color of egg yolks. The more orange the egg yolk, the more nutritious and high in vitamin A the egg is. More yellow or light yellow, eggs are not as nutritious. If you're adventurous enough, you might even try raising a few chickens yourself. You think I'm kidding? Well, no. The number of people who have their own backyard chickens and urban chickens has exploded in recent years. People are sick of high price of low quality food, not knowing where their food comes from, and the rising food crisis, and are thus taking back control of their food. This is another reason why victory gardens are making a huge comeback. To know exactly where your food comes from and what is in it becomes a reality through backyard gardening and backyard chickens. It is very emotionally satisfying and physically healthy for people to connect with the food they put in their bodies and feed to their children. Interestingly, new city ordinances are meeting the demand as more and more have laws written in the books to allow people to raise chickens in their backyard. Even people living in apartments are keeping a couple of chickens in coops on their balconies and patios. Many who have chickens say they cost less to keep the chickens than it is to have cats. Chickens are low maintenance pets, and at the end of the day, or should I say at the beginning of the day, they feed you breakfast. Plus those eggs are delicious and highly nutritious. Store-bought eggs can never compare. So the benefits of eating raw eggs. Whole raw eggs contain many nutrients, more than cooked eggs, as heating destroys many nutrients. I already shared at the beginning of this video how eggs contain glutamyl cysteine, a bond of 2 of 3 glutathione precursors, only available when raw though. On top of that, whole eggs contain many minerals and vitamins including iron, magnesium, potassium, calcium, molybdenum, choline, biotin, manganese, zinc, selenium, sulfur, copper, riboflavin, niacin, iodine, lutein, phosphorus, tryptophan, zeaxanthin, and vitamins A, B2, B5, B6, B12, D, E, and K. Egg yolks are one of the rare foods that have vitamin D. Eggs also have proteins, 5.5 grams of protein, essential fatty acids, sulfur amino acids, which is good for anti-aging, lecithin, which processes fats and cholesterol, and omega-3 fatty acids. The protein inside the egg is fully absorbed by the body. Some say eating raw egg whites can lead to biotin deficiency. Yes, it can, but interestingly, raw egg yolks are abundant in biotin. Our creator was not an idiot. Egg as a whole, whites and yolk, is very balanced food and balancing to our bodies. Do not just eat the white or the yolk, but eat the whole egg. In doing so, you will be feeding your body some very essential nutrients for the brain, glands, nerves, hormones, bones, muscles, and even cells. Agenus Wonderplants, a strong proponent of raw eggs, credits in part a diet rich in raw eggs in saving his life. The other thing is, the allergies to eggs are really only to cooked eggs, not raw eggs. Everyone should incorporate raw eggs into their diet for all the reasons mentioned above. In fact, 3 whole raw eggs make a very high protein, about 16.5 grams of protein, and highly nutrient-dense complete meal. However, it is proven that food sources for our glutathione needs in today's modern world will only raise our glutathione levels at most by 40%. Even undernatured whey protein only raises glutathione levels by 30 to 35%, which is why companies who sell whey protein for glutathione purposes never never or rarely share that. And yet, the very toxic world that we live in now, on top of rampant nutritionally deficient foods, requires that we supplement our diet in a way that wasn't necessary even just 50 years ago. So please consider eating raw eggs for the host of endless benefits and supplementing your diet with a powerful glutathione accelerator.
Drop the bass, Kitty.
And if you want to protect your online privacy and help my channel out at the same time, visit drivenanddesign.com/NordVPN.
It's restorative, causing a heightened energy. It's excellent for diet because it suppresses hunger. It helps your digestive tract. It's anti-diuretic. It acts against fatigue, and most importantly, it acts against altitude sickness.